Razzmatazz Multimedia presents Starfox.
Featuring bonus pals Kate, Tyler, and Kate.
Bob Ross never had a scandal like that.
No, Bob Ross is like wholesome to his core.
Yeah. Had a little squirrel in his pocket.
Yeah.
He just pet a butterfly and give it chocolate. And
I mean, his alizarin crimson. My favorite thing about Bob Ross episodes is remember he'd make these incredible landscapes, and then he'd always ruin them in the last 5 minutes by like put a shack in there. Maybe that's I don't know. Things are looking good. Let's put a yurt.
Well, it's fun to do.
God,
I remember that.
Nice skiff in the river.
Like I remember when I was at the paint bar, like whenever I taught people how to make a painting, I'd always like at the end be like, hey, you know what? You can do whatever you want to these paintings, but yours are not mine. So like to prove that point, one time we were doing a Christmas tree painting, and I may have painted like big googly eyes and a giant toothless smiley face on the Christmas tree, being like, you know what? It's my painting. I can do it.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like his thing.
And my boss just yelled at me because we couldn't do that.
So here's a great picture of the Adirondack Mountains, and here's a man killing another man with his own leg.
It's like, yeah, well, maybe our painting shouldn't go that far, but you know what?
Hey, you know, whatever. It's your journey.
The wholesome Bob Ross story that I like is he had an episode where he was like, I got a letter from a viewer who said he loved my show, but he couldn't paint because he was colorblind. So he did like a grayscale snow scene.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
He was like, here you go, buddy, you can paint that.
Oh my god.
I had a painting teacher once who was colorblind.
Really?
And I guess he found out, like, well, not like colorblind, like black and white.
Well, right,
but
colorblind
like,
doesn't mean what most people
yeah.
means.
It meant like he couldn't see like certain shades of orange or something like that.
Yeah, my brother-in-law's kind of colorblind. Says it's bad on traffic lights. That's one thing.
But they're always in the same order. That's why.
That's what we always say.
Yeah.
So what was it about? What was going on with the teacher?
I'm sorry, was I saying something?
I'm sorry. I kind of go in and out with you.
I mean, it was boring, but you were saying it.
You know what I like? Allspice.
Oh man, you know what I like? Regular spice, pumpkin spice.
But go on with your story. I'm sorry.
My teacher found out he was colorblind because he was in a figure painting class, and his teacher's behind him, like thinking, like, okay, what's going on here?
And the pubes are on color.
And no, the whole skit. Well, that's
sorry. Are you saying something about your art teacher?
no.
I thought we were talking about allspice.
I can't wait for pumpkin lattes to come back to Dunkin' Donuts. How about you guys? Hate the water level. I'm not doing
The
that.
sad thing is, I was actually interested in that story, and I couldn't help myself.
So his teacher pulled him aside
I'm leaving.
after a few minutes, and he says, all right, Matt's future teacher, your painting's going well, but why are you painting the figure green? And my teacher's like, what?
That's how he found out he was colorblind?
Yep.
Oh my god. He was William Shatner, and he was being the woman of his dreams.
Green figure. I never meant to paint
You've
that.
seen that episode. You're a Star Trek person. He falls in love with the alien. She's like painted
Which
green.
one? He always falls in love with an alien, or someone gets their body taken over, or both.
Yeah.
That's every single episode.
Do you remember being really weirded out by that one where like a woman takes over his body? And
Yes,
like
yes.
that one's so uncomfortable
And
for
they're
some
like,
reason.
she shouldn't have wanted to have any power. She should have just been happy being a woman.
Oh no.
And then they laugh, and that's the end of the episode.
Logical, Captain.
Gene Roddenberry, who never knew a woman's touch.
It's so funny, like hearing like he just because he's of an older generation, he said like certain terms that are outdated, but he's talking in the context of everyone being equal and working together.
He's like this Chinaman here.
Yeah. Like back, you couldn't have any blacks or Chinamans in the same show, and now we did it.
Broads.
I'm like, I know he's saying a great thing, but my white privilege is making me uncomfortable right now.
Great things are always relative.
He started a great thing. Oh yeah, this is the Independence Day level, isn't it?
Oh my god, it does look like the place. Remember the PlayStation one? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, that game was insanely boring.
It was. It was really, really boring.
It was like this level, but for 20 levels.
Yes. And with even worse, I mean the graphics were, and the way like the speed was terrible. It was those early days of PlayStation when
Right, it wasn't significantly better than this, even.
no. Though I do like some of those early PlayStation games.
Oh, yeah,
right.
most definitely.
This is Independence Day.
Ominous
Kind of
music.
is.
Randy Quaid's gonna come in and say, "I'm back."
I think my favorite original
Welcome to the
PlayStation game that I actually played when PlayStation was modern was Medieval.
Medieval?
Did you guys ever play
No.
that?
I've heard it's really good, but I haven't played it.
When you're like a resurrected skeleton knight, and you just go around, like you start in this museum, and you have to fight like dinosaur bombs.
Oh, wow.
Basically, I don't exactly remember the story, but there's some curse that's like brought everything in this museum to life.
Cool.
So it's like Dark Souls meets Night at the Museum with Ben Stiller.
Hopefully better
Yeah.
than Night at the Museum.
But there's like a lot of like super British knighthood references. It's just funny, and I think the skeleton's name is Sir Daniel Fortescue or something like that. So,
Fortescue. It's been a while since I played a PlayStation game. Like Resident Evil, obviously, is one of the top ones. We talked about playing Parasite Eve, right?
We did talk about that.
But that's another RPG, so
But it's like a Resident Evil RPG. So
I would like to go back and play Twisted Metal sometime. I used to love those games. And that all the cars had backstories. Like Mr. Grimm was the Grim Reaper. He also drove a motorcycle. And like every guy who won like had a different ending. And his was like to collect the soul of the guy who started the Twisted Metal tournament.
I always felt like when I was in like 4th grade, everybody knew all the information there was to know about the Twisted Metal series, and I was kind of out of the loop, so I never really.
Screw you.
I was like, I can never catch up on all this lore.
That's how I felt about Power Rangers until I found out there was pretty much no lore. Anybody see that new Power Rangers movie yet?
there's a new Power Rangers movie.
You heard about that? Oh, did you watch the review? Yeah.
You did it.
Yeehaw.
Bill Pullman is very proud.
Is Bill Pullman in it?
No, in the Independence Day.
No, I mean, is he in the new? Oh, of course he's not in the new Power Rangers. What the hell are we talking about?
Oh,
Welcome to
should
the
be.
Earth, motherfucker.
Elizabeth Banks is in it.
Oh, really?
She's the villain.
Wait, really?
And Bryan Cranston plays the big face guy.
Wow.
Hard to believe. You know, which they mentioned in that, which I can't believe is a real thing. Bryan Cranston, before he was an actor, worked for Bandai, the company that made Power Rangers, and they named a character after him in Power Rangers, like the original show.
Oh, wow.
There's a character named Cranston. That was before he was ever an actor.
Wow.
I feel like he's lived like 30 different lives.
Nice, yeah.
Is he in X-Files?
Was he in it?
Yeah, he was in.
Is in
Well, he was in the
Drive?
episode that was directed by Vince Gilligan, the guy who
Yeah.
made Breaking Bad.
He was in Seinfeld. He
Oh,
was
yeah.
Yeah,
Give me a
he
shtickle
was
for
in that
us.
too.
Tim Watley.
Watley!
Tim Watley was his name. And he had the party where Jerry like really wanted to be in charge of the music, and he was just like, no.
Oh no, that was
I got jiggy with it!
that was wasn't that the other guy? The guy who always gave people jobs.
Yeah,
But that wasn't Tim Watley. But he had the party where it was like the Macy's Day Parade and the balloon blew up.
Oh, okay.
Remember the guy's like, he's like,
That
Kramer,
was-
great to see you. I need you to stay by the phone. What was that guy? Oh, Joe. Sure thing, Joe. What was his whole name? Remember that one?
That wasn't the Drake, was it?
No, they'd always
Hate
say
the Drake!
They'd always say the guy's full name.
I don't think with Drake actually.
They did it
like
with
appeared
Tim Watley.
much.
They did that. It was always Tim Watley, you know.
Oh no, it's I gotta look up his name now. Because remember, like Putty's like sure thing, Joe.
Right.
Blah blah blah.
Well, Tim Watley
Those
had
were the two.
a subplot where there was some Novocaine abuse, right, in his office.
Oh yeah, because he had like the whole like adult.
Joe
Yeah.
Mayo.
Yeah, he had like porno
Sure thing, Joe
ads
Mayo.
in his
Yeah.
living room. Hey, well, there's no kids. An adult dentist.
Oh, the swinger dentist
Yeah.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like at the end, Jerry's reading that Penthouse article that he's probably in.
Oh yeah, because he was like put under or whatever. Like.
Yeah.
And then that was
I could have sworn I tucked in.
on Golden Girls.
Oh yeah, there was a Golden
Special
Girls
episode of
where Betty White's character Rose was like put under, and she said that her dentist was like grabbing her boobs.
Oh my gosh.
And remember, she's like, why do you think that? He's like, well, I don't think it's medical term to say wowsy, wow, wow, or something like that. it was crazy.
Imagine if it was.
And the guy who ended up being her dentist was Colonel Sanders from Spaceballs. It's
Wow.
pretty strange. Yeah, Joe Mayo was the guy's name. I remember that episode because it
Joe
was
Mayo, yes.
because Putty had that fur
You're
coat
right.
and she threw it out the window.
You're right.
I know.
From Joe Mayo's party.
From Joe Mayo's
I
party,
remember
yeah.
the whole phrase
There it
now.
is. You got
Hey
it.
George, great to see you. I need you to stay by the phone in case anybody calls. Sure thing, Joe Mayo.
Oh man.
And then I think Jerry wanted to do the music, but he got relegated
Yeah.
to don't let anybody put their drinks on the fish tank.
Yes. Oh, don't tap the fish tank.
Or something
Yeah.
like that.
Because he wanted to be the
No,
music
now,
guy.
right, now I'm confusing
Yeah, that's why I said the
Curb
whole
Your
Jiggy thing.
Enthusiasm, where they have the wood respect.
Was that like no coasters?
Yeah, well, Larry David puts a drink down on Julia Louis-Dreyfus's table. And she's just like, "What? You don't respect wood, Larry? You don't respect wood?"
I've been to places where I've.
Wasn't that Curb Your
Done that.
Enthusiasm?
Yeah, it
My
is.
sister said.
That's why I'm saying I'm confusing them.
Oh, sorry.
They're all part of the same universe.
Yeah.
The episode where
It's
Marcel
getting
the
tight
monkey.
I remember this level really well.
Who's Bill?
He's just a pal, you know?
Is he a dog too?
Sure.
He's spastic. Like, oh!
He seems a bit sarcastic too.
Yeah, he's like a sarcastic and I'm a nice guy kind of way. Like you always say,
See?
Kate.
Yeah.
When someone tells you that they're a nice
Next
guy,
time
they're
I'll
not a
let
nice
you
guy.
die.